Hey everybody, 8-Bit Josh here and welcome back to Aurora Park. Alright, so like in the last episode, I said this episode we would start a new area. And that's exactly what we're doing here. And this new area, like you probably saw in the title of the video, is called Atropa Gardens. And I don't know, I just tried to come up with some sort of I don't know, something that sounded like it would be, I don't know, like futuristic, like sci-fi kind of, I don't know, gardeny plant kind of, I don't know, area. And so that's the name I came up with. I think Atropa is actually a type of plant, but whatever. Anyway, I thought it sounded cool, so that's what we did. So you notice the big green circles there. Those are where our domes are going to be, and I kind of hinted at this a few times throughout the series. The idea for this area of the park is that, you know, this is a Arctic sci-fi map, and, you know, there's not going to be a lot of vegetation and that sort of thing. So in order to do that, they had to build, you know, these in domes, basically. And I kind of put off, here you can see I'm just kind of doing like a rough layout of the pathing around, that's going to go through each of the domes, but I don't know, I made that, those will probably change. I was just kind of giving myself an idea of what I wanted to, where I wanted the paths to go. But here I decided to throw in the good old chair swings because, you know, I figured this area is supposed to have more of a, besides the fact that there's going to be a lot of vegetation, plants, trees, bushes, that sort of thing, rocks. I'm also going to try and go with a little bit more classic kind of amusement park style with the rides. So, you know, for this one, I was like, hey, you know, let's do a classic chair swing. Everyone likes a chair swing. It's a fun, casual, you know, kind of ride. And plus it works really well, at least I think, but you'll see at the end of the video, it works really well in what's going to be the smaller dome here. You know, if you notice at the beginning, like the little circles of grass I made, they're a few different sizes. This is like the smallest one, which is also why I decided to start this video, or, you know, this area of the park with the smaller dome, because I could make it a little bit quicker than probably what the bigger domes are going to be. There's one dome you probably noticed from the grass. It's going to be really big, and I have a few ideas about what I want to put in there. I'm thinking a roller coaster. And I'm thinking maybe like a roller coaster, it starts off in that big dome a little bit, maybe goes underground, like through a tunnel, and kind of pops up inside one of the smaller domes and kind of goes around like that. I don't know, that's an idea I'm kind of throwing around in my head. I'll see if I can make it work. As often it is with this game, ideas often don't, or I should say execution doesn't always work out as well as the ideas go. But yeah, so back to this area. Again, just kind of, I thought it would look really cool to place some, like, you know, classic brick walls, kind of going in between the paths there. The, inside circle path is the actual queue, and then the path going around is just a regular path. And, you know, when you use the option where you remove, the curbs and the built-in fencing, I guess, that you can have on the paths, it you know, it just looks like a flat, you know, piece of path like I have there. So you can add your own little custom fences, and that's what this is here with the brick walls. And I think it you know, it helps add to the whole gardens kind of vibe that I want to achieve with this area of the park. So it'll be an interesting, you know, trying to get it to work out the way I want. Hopefully I can make each dome look, you know, it'll all look similar because it's going to be very plant heavy and, you know, things like that. But, you know, hopefully it it looks really cool against the backdrop of the rest of the park, which is very, you know, kind of, I wouldn't say kind of cold and metally and, you know, just more of the sci-fi vibe. And I think it, you know, you'll see at the end of the video the completed dome here, like just the juxtaposition of, you know, between the, you know, garden look and the sci-fi, and then it's all in the dome. I think it just looks really cool, and I hope that you like it, and I hope that you think it's really cool. And, you know, if you have any ideas about what you would like to see in it, in, you know, one of the other domes, feel free to let me know in the comments, because your suggestions are always welcome, of course. And as you know, I do like to read your comments in the videos as well. So, you know, even if you just want to hear your comment read in a video, that's fine by me. Leave your comment because I will read it. And, you know, you could say, hey, I'm only leaving this comment because I want to hear you read it. That's okay. I mean, sure, I would. Obviously, I would like actual, you know, constructive comments and things like that. But, you know, whatever works for you. You also notice in the middle there, when you use the like natural path tool and you place it on like a flat ride, it actually removes the, you know, it makes the around the ride the same texture that the path is. So if you use a concrete path, it'll make the area around the flat ride concrete. So I used the natural path there, so it looks, so it's just grass around the chair swing, and I think that looks really cool too. You know, it kind of just helps with the whole, you know, again, just helps with the whole garden-y vibe thing. And then here, I was adding these flowers because, like the path right there kind of separates away from the wall, and I was like, well, I have like blank grass space here that I needed to fill out. So I decided to add the flowers, but then later on, I can't remember if I recorded it or not, but I actually fixed the paths, like right in that specific area where the plant or the flowers are. So I removed most of those flowers later on and make the path a little bit nicer around, around kind of where it connects out there. And then here you see I'm just kind of going back over the grass, making it like a nice thick green color, and you know, I think it looks so cool. And of course, you know, adding the grass in an Arctic terrain map like this wouldn't be possible if they had not, was it the summer update last year? I think it was the summer update. They added the ability to create your own themes, like map themes, so you could have an Arctic setting with grass texture from the, I don't know, from the alpine setting, or you could have that kind of like burnt orange sand terrain in an Arctic map, if you will. So that's really cool, and you know, it's a cool feature that they added into the game. And you know, that is, doing this with this park is possible because of that update. I mean, yeah, we could still have like, make it, you know, look lush and green and gardeny inside of a dome, even if there was still the snow texture inside the dome. But I think this helps with the effect quite a bit, being able to have the grass inside there. It helps achieve that effect that I'm trying to go for. And then, yeah, so here is actually the very beginnings of the dome. And, you know, I mentioned this a few times throughout this series. You know, one of the reasons I started this area a little bit later into the series is because I wasn't quite sure how I was going to build the domes, to be perfectly honest. It wasn't exactly easy, and you know, I don't know, it took me some time to like, kind of in my spare time, I would just kind of boot up the game and, you know, kind of mess around with trying to build a dome. and make it look, make it look good. So that's what I did. And yeah, so just building the dome here. Basically what I end up doing is I make these spokes that come off from the top, and I copy each spoke and kind of just flip it around like this, and then I grab the other spokes. So I have the 4 spokes there, and then I grab all of them together and do just a copy and rotate. So like there you go, see, like I copy and rotate, then I grab it again and copy and rotate. So that way I get all the spokes going down, and I know that all the spokes are even and all going the same direction and the same angles and all that stuff. And that's what, really took me quite a bit of time to figure out. And so here, just trying to, now that I got the spokes down, and actually here's where I kind of redo the path a little bit that I was talking about earlier. So I delete most of the flowers. I believe I do leave one kind of little layer of flowers. But yeah, I was trying to redo the paths, and then I deleted a section, and it kind of deleted the exit to the ride. So I was like, damn it, I'm just gonna have to, screw it. I'll just redo the whole thing, and pretty much like this entire half of the path, like I just ended up redoing the whole thing. And it actually, I'm glad I did it, because it looks a lot better. It's a little bit more of just a really nice kind of circle all the way around the chair swing. But I'm gonna wrap it up here because we're getting towards the end. I have one comment from the last episode, Evaj. He says, looks nice when you're all finished. Thanks, man. I think it looks great too. But yeah, hopefully you guys like kind of where this next area of the park is gonna go. And here we have the completed dome. So be sure to leave your comments, suggestions, feedback down below, and make sure you subscribe as well. So I am 8-Bit Josh, and thanks for watching. See ya.